get in their faces again, Toby.
Yeah. You got an extra berating.
Yeah, for the second time, motherfuckers, we're back. What's up? I know it's been it's just been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a hiatus.
Well, it's been a month on the other apps. I still haven't uploaded the other ones. Okay. That's on me though. That's something that I got to eat. That's something I got to take, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it because I got to live my best life. Yeah. And sometimes life gets in the way.
Well, that's what artists do when they're working on a lot of stuff. They forget to
do the other things. Yeah. They forget to do the other things that make it worth doing. You know.
I've seen he punched. It's a latent punch there.
But yeah, welcome to the 67th episode of A Drink and a Joint. We're getting up there, Toby.
Yeah.
We're doing the thing. We just keep putting these out and no one keeps coming.
I mean, yeah, it's like the content stays decently steady. And, you know, there's always at least one fun moment in every podcast.
And we talk about some stuff. It's not like we're talking about nothing.
Yeah. I mean, we could be reviewing brisket or something, you know, which I had some amazing brisket the other day.
Where'd you get it from?
It was bomb from Chili's.
Okay. You were like, give me that brisket, bitch.
Yeah, they have double meat things where you can get a steak and a brisket together.
What? How much is that?
It wasn't bad. I think it was like 15.
That's not bad.
But it was a decent sized steak. It wasn't the little mini steak.
Was it like 9 ounces?
Yeah, I think it was 8, something like that. Yeah.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
But that with a bunch of brisket was bomb. I also balled out one night and got some lobster and steak.
Now see, that's dope.
Oh my God.
I bet.
Like, that's something that I didn't realize I could eat when I started the carnivore thing, and then it hit me and I was like, oh shit, I can be having shrimps and lobsters and crab legs and shit.
Meat from the sea is still meat. Oh yeah, so like I'm about a month into the carnivore diet. I've put on some muscle and I've lost some fat.
And I've been feeling strong. And it's making me work out just because,
because the energy, the overflow of energy is crazy.
If I eat late, I'm like shaking in bed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I gotta get up and wear it off.
That was one thing that got me like 4 days in. 4 days in, I was just like, I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
Like buzzing with energy. Like, because I'm pretty sure it's like your body is turning the rest of the shit you're eating into the sugar that you need.
Yeah.
Because now that you're not taking in any carbs or sugar, your body's just producing it naturally.
Yeah.
So that's probably very different for your nervous system. Like natural sugar from within your body.
It's usually having to flush it out.
Yeah.
Instead of create it. But it's been nice. It doesn't feel like I'm on a diet. It's been pretty lavish.
Hell yeah, dude. That's like, it's fucking wicked that's how.
Keeping going.
Toby and I are on the carnivore diet forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Meat all the time forever. Yeah, man. So like, over the past 2 weeks, sorry we haven't been here. Sorry we haven't been around. Sorry we've been neglecting you, children.
Yeah, but you 80 people can chill the fuck out.
Yeah. Chill the fuck out and let us live our lives. How about that? But I had to do some concerts. I got to do my Grateful Dead thing that we do every year.
Tell them about the Dead show. So it's Tennessee's Dead.
Tennessee's Dead. We are the original Tennessee's Dead. We ain't that Tennessee Dead bullshit because it doesn't make sense unless it's *S.
Yeah.
Tennessee Dead is stupid.
Tennessee is Dead would have been a little better, I guess.
Tennessee is Dead.
But then it's pretty much
the same fucking thing. We played a show in Knoxville up at Scruffy City Hall, and we also played in town here at Songbirds. And we did pretty well both nights. I think that we performed a little bit better at Scruffy City the first night just because it was less stress. Yeah. You know, when you come back to your home place and then you end up doing it for like almost 500 people, the pressure's kind of on because it's like, you know, they look forward to it, we look forward to it, so it's.
I want to reach out. So Zena's been doing. She's setting up a lot of shows. She has a show every week for like a month and a half or something.
Oh shit!
Right now, something like that.
Fuck yeah!
She's been setting up like crazy. That's where she is right now. She's at Barley's.
Yeah, I saw that she was doing that.
And she's one of them is for that guy, the Strange Films guy.
Yeah,
he's doing a I wanted to see if you
Shout out to Strange Films. Shout out to the Strange Films dudes. What's up?
Yeah,
I think his name is August Aguilar.
August.
What up, August?
He seems chill as fuck. Like he, I don't know. A lot of people that get the Xena gets clout from and stuff like that are kind of creepy. And this dude is so chill and professional. Right. It's really impressive to me, honestly.
Right. He's not hitting on her.
Yeah. But that happens with everybody else pretty much. Even the Barley's dude. It's kind of weird. But the Strange Films dude is like just sticks on track. He like sees the potential. But anyway, one of our shows is at he's throwing a little festival for musicians, artists, and filmmakers. Okay. And you go, and it's a meet and greet type thing to where you pass out cards and you go and stuff like that.
You schmooze.
I wanted to see if you wanted to go with me just to
schmooze.
Just
you can say it.
I don't like
just
that
say
word.
it. Just say
schmooze.
Schmooze.
Dirty.
I don't care. It is dirty.
It's like eat my schmooze. Doesn't it
Let's
sound gross now?
Schmooze, bro.
No, schmoozing sounds fine, but eating schmooze sounds gross.
Taste my schmooze, will you?
But I want to see if you want to go and pass out stuff, collect stuff. Also, I still think it'd be cool to do an on location. We don't have to set up because she'll have a booth,
right?
That we could actually set up mics and commentate the whole thing and film, or we could bring a little hand camera. And just even with our phones and stuff, and get like little interviews with people.
Now, see, that would be dope too. I feel like there's a way that we could live stream it. I feel like we could bring the setup.
And he's letting pretty much you do whatever you want in your little area, you know.
Okay, so if we set up a drink and a joint booth,
yeah, I mean we could booth wasn't that expensive either if we wanted to get our entire own. But if we want to be on the side of hers too, we could still like catch people, do a quick interview, talk to, and just do commentary for the whole event kind of thing.
Well, it'd be cool to have like if we had another webcam set up and in our thing we just had it split to where we'd have a camera pointed at like the people walking by and then at us and then be like, yo, stop, stand in front of the camera. I like how we're working this idea out on podcast.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool though. We do want to start doing some live and location, whatever.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to also kind of like because I know Ben Levine, our buddy, that has done the show with us before. I know that he does a bunch of like stand up stuff. So like we should even go and like set up like out back of wherever he's doing these shows and then interview these comedians.
Oh, okay. He does open mics and stuff.
Yeah, well he's always running around doing open mics and shit. So like if we
they would not hate that. That's just extra press for them, you know.
Right, it's exposure.
We'll be like we'll mention where we're at like every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. We'll mention you and I don't know your fucking dog. I don't know.
Yeah, but then there will be comedians' names in it that we can put up.
Right. Because at this point we just got to grow community.
Yeah.
Because we have to make people care about us if they're going to care about us.
And that seems like a good way to get out there and seem professional, like we're doing some shit. Yeah. If we're doing short little interviews.
Right.
You know. But I think that would be cool. If we
and that's something that we can like turn into clips.
And eventually, I'd love to be doing like. Going to the Super Bowl
with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer.
But just going to do funny commentary to things that there's not funny commentary. Like go see a fight or something and then just be cracking jokes the whole time about it.
This little bitch taking hits like a little bitch.
Like I don't think many people do traveling funny commentary.
No, people do like traveling podcasts and stuff like that where they're in like a different city and stuff. But no, I like the idea of going and doing this thing that August is putting together. Shout out again to August Aguilar.
We could offer a live stream to where we're at a fight that costs $80 to watch. Like we could do a live stream to where we show clips of it.
Yeah,
you know, because it's only because you're allowed to post clips that are a certain amount of seconds long.
Yeah, I think it's like 15.
So we could show like. Oh, and then cut back to us.
And be like, oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, and so for someone that can't, because for the last fight, who was it? It was Wilder and the Russian guy. I forget his name. He had a cool name. But the last big fight, it was like the biggest fight since Muhammad Ali type shit, you know? We were trying to stream it and stuff, and we kept looking online to find a bootleg, and they were just really strict about that. So I know there's a lot of people out there that kind of want to see it and want to get the gist of it for free. Yeah, and we could offer them that.
Yeah, dude, let's find a way around it.
Was amazing. Like he came out he came out in like Black Panther suit, kind of. It was like a king god-like suit with like diamonds all over it. It was so ballin'.
Oh shit!
Like he went all out and came out on the other dude came out on a throne that they carried him out. You know, it
Wicked.
was the most
That is
theatrical fight ever. Like most of the time they come out in a cool jacket doing punches. Like they were coming out, people like the dude in the suit, like his boy was in front of him. I forget what rapper it was, but he was sitting there just spitting verses while he was walking up.
Oh shit!
Just in his like god suit. It was really theatrical,
dude.
But it was a pretty good fight.
That's awesome.
I watched the first one, and they kind of stole it because like Wilder knocked him out, and 3 different times, and he wouldn't call it. Like he because they give him 10 seconds to get back up,
right? And
he waited, but the ref was like counting slow. A lot of people thought he was paid off because he goes 8, 9. Like he gave it. It was like a 3-second, 1 second, and then he got back up, and so everyone thought he got cheated. And then this next round, the other guy knocked him out, not even to the floor. But he said his eyes rolled back in his head, and he called it technical. He called it and gave it to the other guy, and it just totally seemed like he was paid off or something. Like he won that fight twice, and he didn't win either one of them.
That's fucked.
But that's fun. I love like some violence, some healthy violence in your life.
Little bits
we
of
ended
the
up going to
violence.
Buffalo Wild Wings. It was packed the fuck out. It was fun though. But
what'd you eat at Buffalo Wild Wings?
I didn't eat any. There's no way you could have ordered. You could get drinks. That's about it.
Well, how much did you have to pay to get in?
It was free.
Okay, so they
just bring you in for business, and they let you stand around, whatever. But it was fun.
Did you bring a bowl in here?
No, I didn't.
We need a bowl and a grinder.
All right, well, take over.
Toby will be right back, and I'll fill you guys in on what.
Be right back. We need a little technical difficulty.
Toby and Davvy will be right back. But as Toby walks away, I'm going to tell you guys that I got a new job. Well, it still falls within acting, but I'm now narrating audiobooks, which is a new thing. It's a weird thing to me. It's different for sure, but it's nice. It is what it is, and I can supplement income with it very well. You know, I can put on a good voice.
So it's Wilder versus
Fury. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Now we got
this. Wilder, the reason it was such a big deal is that he literally hits. He has a stronger punch than Muhammad Ali had.
Okay, shit.
Like his actual power is more than they've ever seen in boxing before. He had like he's super cocky,
I bet,
of course, but he's pretty much like so you got to be perfect for 12 rounds. All I got to do is be perfect for 1 second. He's that type of guy, but he did it on. They both did a little Joe Rogan before they went up.
Okay.
Yeah, but
just like a little interview with Joe Rogan, or did they
did the podcast before the fight to ramp up
together.
No, separate.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they would have been good. They're both shit talkers. But I was sad about that. I wanted Wilder to win. He deserved it.
Well, fuck, man.
The Fury put him down in flames.
Well, that's bullshit. But shit. Well, what else has been going on for you? So Zena's got all these fucking art shows. You've been getting some good shit out.
I've been getting some shit together.
Okay.
I'm planning. Hopefully early April, maybe mid-April, I'll have that album out.
Oh shit.
And it's gonna be called Suicidal.
Okay.
And it's about balling through the pain.
Yeah.
That's what the album's about. It's just like.
Is that the subtitle to the album?
I thought about it, but no.
Balling through the pain.
But it is like, it's just like that's how I've dealt with my stress and trauma and shit, is like partying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what has seemed to help me. So I just it's kind of a reach out to people that feel like this and be like, yo, it's not the type of reach out that Logic does, to where he's like, I feel really bad for you guys. You need to find help. I'm more like, fuck those people that tell something wrong with you. Like, you can deal with this. You're strong. Party through it. Yeah. Like, that's pretty much the message.
Unless your problem is partying, and then maybe take a nap.
Yeah. If partying doesn't help, of course don't. But I'm excited about that. That'll be my very first album. And I've been kind of preparing. I have some couple interviews. I did a Twitter interview for a hip hop magazine. They actually reached out to me.
Oh shit!
Which was really cool. Off of one of my old songs, and I did that, and I have a couple more little things like that. I'm trying to do. Mini press. I'm trying to do as much small press as I can, and try to get some blog things and some what do they call them when you get a section
column
I forget the name, but yeah, just get some pieces done on it, and hopefully I can get some decent traction on that, just because it's a decent idea. I know a lot of people out there. Depression's higher than it ever has been, so I know people are feeling that.
For sure.
And so I'm excited about that.
You guys get out there and follow Cushing on Instagram and on Spotify.
And David Kalish.
Yeah.
Which we will be putting out some new collaboration stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Probably while we're working on your album and while mine's coming out, I want to do side collaborations to keep up. But I have a few of those in the works. Recently, because I went through kind of pop phase. The last time you saw me, I have a lot of pop songs built up that we can do collaborations on. But recently, I've been on some shit that I really love. I've been on some Lil Baby Gunna style sing rapping, but like really quick. And, I've been loving it. Been getting to the point to where my shoulders are less tense about it. Even though I haven't made any numbers, I feel confident about the quality. It's getting there. But yeah, keep your eyes open for all that shit. That should be fun. And dude, when me and Davvy get together, we kill shit because we bring two different sides of what you already love. It's like the two songs you wish you could listen to at the same time.
And we make that for you.
For you.
Just for you, Kevin.
But yeah, I want to get on that and finish one that we can put out like ASAP.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
and that'll be fun.
Well, let's do some work on that either like tomorrow or Monday. Shit.
That'd be cool. But yeah, I've just been fucking working on music. I just got over a really crazy virus.
Oh, you had the corona?
Felt like it, dude. It was the most painful flu I've ever had. Like, I couldn't drive for a week and a half. I had to go pick up Xena one night and just kept almost getting into wrecks. And that was like when it was leaving too. Because it was giving me tracers.
Oh shit.
It was like all the lights would like, they would like 3-second tracers.
That sounds like serotonin and electrolytes.
Of all the cars moving. So it'd be like a car would be here and its lights would still be there.
Oh shit.
And so it was fucking me up. And it was really bad. It was so bad, whatever I had. But I'm finally over that. It was really painful.
I'm glad you didn't die, bro. Glad you didn't die of the coronavirus, bro.
It's painful. It was all head behind your eyes kind of shit.
Oh, see, I had that for like a day. The other day I had like some congestion.
Flu feeling
in
your head.
But even then, I barely got headachy. Like, I barely get sick anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I take so many, like, vitamins supplements and shit. And, like, now that I'm on this, like, crazy diet, like...
Yeah. I need to catch up on my vitamins. I take my sulfur... And I eat pretty well, but I don't do anything extra. I need just a multivitamin even would fucking help.
Just a men's multivitamin.
I've always been easy to get sick, and it lingers so long with me. I just want to get rid of that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, all it take. Well, I mean, like, being on the carnivore diet is supposed to really help with like your immune system and everything.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of bacteria in meat, right?
Well, there can be. Depends on the kind of meat and how thoroughly you cook it,
or even good. Well, yeah, that's true. Even if there's good bacteria, you can cook it out.
Yeah.
I go pretty bloody. Unless there's shit. Like all these steaks, I'll go medium well. Like, pretty much cooked all the way through.
I've been doing some Costco steaks, and they've been treating me pretty good. I still go.
Anytime it's good, I'll go just crispy, bloody.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, I can't have it too chewy. Yeah. I have to let it get a little bit more pink than muscle.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I feel like you would hate the steaks that I make because it's the two things people hate. It's like rare in the middle, and then it's burnt on the outside.
No, I love it crispy.
Okay.
I love that shit crispy.
Yeah.
So that's what I do is I have it on
Turn it up
high
super
heat
high, yeah.
to begin with, and then I'll melt some of my bacon grease that I've got set to the side from all of this bacon I've made.
I've been using this avocado spread oil instead of
Avocado
butter.
oil's good.
That seems it has the same like feeling of the same taste of butter to me. It's really nice.
And then sometimes I'll throw in a little knob of butter. Yeah. Sometimes, but not all the
if
time.
You're feeling frisky.
Yeah, but I bring that up as high as I can get it, and then I throw that fucking meat on there. So
burn that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes again, if it's a little less quality, I'll put it to the side.
I lower the heat.
Yeah,
I'll lower the heat, and then while I'm cooking my bacon, I'll let it kind of cook a little bit more.
Up.
Yeah. That way, so it's not just like completely just like almost like blue muscle. Under there.
No, I know what you mean. Not that, but I don't go that far. Because I do, make sure everything's thawed and like room temperature too, just about before I put it on. I don't go straight from the fridge, because then I feel like it will be cold inside.
No, like, so I even if you're like, so for a while there I was doing like some frozen steak, because my mom had some frozen steaks left over that she had bought from my stepbrother. Yeah. So she was like, you can have these since you're doing that diet. I was like, oh fuck yeah. Some of them are like little filet medallions and shit, bro. But like, you're supposed to cook frozen steak from frozen.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that. And see,
it tasted better. So I thought it the first couple times, and it tasted awful. I was like, what the fuck? Is this bad? Is it bad? And then I looked it up on the internet, and it's like, nah, bro, you should have just
frozen.
Yeah, put it on frozen.
When I put it on frozen, because I go really rare, it's cold in the middle, and it's like, it's not, because I just sear it. Yeah. And so when you sear it, it just doesn't get all the way through.
So with frozen, you're supposed to cook it differently. Yeah.
Not supposed to sear it.
No, well, you can't. It's a different. It still ends up being seared, but it's a different process. So you fill your pan up with a little bit more oil than you would. So it's you're almost deep frying it. Yeah, it almost seems
it's
like
heating up all around.
Yeah. So you do that for it, but then it's not as high. No, you don't do it as high as you would just to sear a regular steak. So because you want to bring it up to temperature a little bit while still crisping it. Yeah. But you don't want to like flash fry it.
Okay. I might try that way then, because straight from the freezer never worked for me. I'd have to do it well done to make a good steak, pretty much. But I'm gonna look that up then. But yeah, I normally try to let it sit out while I'm preparing stuff and warm up a little bit, just so it's doesn't have that cold center like a hot pocket.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want your hot pocket steak. No one wants a hot pocket steak. You even ever fucking liked the steak in the Philly steak hot pockets? No, they're terrible. It's terrible. It's so bad.
Ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese was dope. If
and
you could cook it properly.
I'll even do a meatball. That's my only other one I'd
You never did the pizza?
No. Pizza Hot Pockets? Was it pepperoni?
There's pepperoni in there, dog.
That does sound familiar.
You know you've had it. That's like
just straight pepperoni, maybe. Is there a pizza one too?
It is. It's pepperoni pizza, because it's just like it's tomato sauce, cheese, and pepperoni. It's a fucking pepperoni pizza in a hot pocket, bro. Yeah.
Little calzone.
There's a little calzone. There's nothing but a calzone. Ain't nothing but a calzone.
Man, I miss pastas and pizza.
Dude, I miss pizza so bad. Like, we went to the mall. Ivy and I went to the mall the other day, and we're walking by
Smell it.
And dude, I just saw it, and I told her, I was like, I want all the bad things for me. Like, because they had these
pretzel,
like mini calzones. Dude, I want fucking French fries so bad. I miss potatoes, dog.
Yeah. But dude, the pizza thing is hard. That one, it was such an easy thing for me. Yeah, because we just order random pizzas when we were tired and shit like that, and it's just
now you have
not
to
being
cook
an option
every day.
Yeah, and I'll end up like, I end up skipping meals a lot more, because it's like either I'm spending 30 minutes in cooking. If I don't feel like that, I'm just gonna skip. You know. And a lot of times when normally I would eat a little late, I'll just be like, no, I'm just gonna wait. It's too difficult. After a few drinks, it's either like the most fun to cook. Yeah. Like I'll cook really drunk, really late, and just be. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Cooking bacon.
Sizzling.
And just all the smoke.
Thing to cook,
all the smoke that it makes.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. So yeah, The title of this episode is You Season 2.
Oh yeah. No, this is about me and the season 2 of my life.
Right, because we are now in the back half. Well, no, we're in season 2 of like 5. Of 5 seasons. We're a 5-season show.
I think we're in act 2 of 3 acts.
Oh no.
Pretty sure, bro.
Oh no, this is where we either find out if we fail or succeed. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I want like.
I mean, what's the stretch?
Can we have like season 2 a new girl up in here? Can we just do that?
Yeah, it's like 9 seasons to go. We've just started. We're friends.
Yeah,
you know,
Seinfeld.
Goddamn Simpsons.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Bump it.
We're gonna live till we're
Simpsons.
150.
Yeah.
If I was in 30 seasons of my life, and I'm on what? I'm
On
just
season 2?
couple years
It's
away
bullshit.
from being 30.
Yeah.
So I'd live to be what, 600?
Something like that. Some bullshit.
What's 30 times 30, bro?
30 times 30 is 347.
That does not sound right. There's a 0 at the end of that. I feel like it's 600. I might be lying, but
30 times 30?
or not? Yeah, sure.
It is not going to be a 6. It's going to be a 3.
Yeah, or a 9. 3 times 3 is
we
9.
we
Is
are
it
not
900?
making a good. Yeah,
We're not good at math. So what?
you were right. Because
What?
3 times 3 is 9, so 30 times 30.
900?
Mhm.
Okay. That seemed too high, so I pulled back to 6. I was like, that's double.
Give me
Maybe it'll be
30
chill.
times 30. I would like that right now,
Yeah.
please.
Because 10 times 10 would be 100, and then 3
100.
times 3 would be the 9.
100.
I'm just not good at math. I don't care enough about it.
Right.
Never have.
What? Who needs to care about math when you always 100?
I mean, if you got scales and calculators, what the fuck you need math for?
Right? Who needs the math?
That's such drug dealer logic. If you got
Yeah.
scales, why you need to count?
There's your boy. Look at your boy.
Nice. That's a good pick.
That's a good shot.
Yeah. What guitar is that?
That's my blue one.
Oh, okay.
That's the
It's
blue
got a
boy.
bunch of lights on.
Yeah.
I thought, it looks like a crazy design on there. This won't work, will it?
You can't quite see it.
Yeah.
But that's my Instagram. Go to my Instagram at Davvy Callis. You can see that.
Boom.
And there's me and Telly.
Damn, dude.
He's playing.
He's looking.
What?
I don't know.
He's
Let me
looking
see
what?
him again.
What's Telly looking like?
No, he's looking like he's doing what he's supposed to be doing for a living. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's looking like a rock star.
Yeah.
He's got that curly long hair,
Yeah.
and with the way he dresses.
Oh, you
and
haven't
shit.
seen him in a while, have you?
Yeah, I didn't see him. Definitely not. It seems like a lot longer now. I've seen him.
Well, okay. So the
he just
trench,
looks in
the
place.
trench he's wearing is from Caitlin,
yeah,
and it's
but his style is so like.
and he's playing a fucking warrior guitar.
Yeah.
that somebody lent him.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's a good shot too.
Yeah.
And then our crowd picture's a lot better than last year's, where I looked like I had a
You should
fucking
be showing
alien
them.
armed.
Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know
Yeah,
you
go
guys
check
can't
that
see
shit
that
out.
shit.
He didn't even try. I leaned up.
I'm not gonna try because it's so far away. We need a different.
Just
We,
know
when
who
we have
loves you.
close-up cameras, yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Go look at.
That would
Just
be
go look
nice.
at my fucking Instagram. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal. You guys should be looking at it anyways.
Yeah, what the fuck, guys?
What the fuck, gays?
So yeah,
We didn't mean to call
I
you
ain't been
gays. We meant
posting
gays.
shit. I'm about to.
Yeah, you have not been posting shit
No.
because I'd be on it. I'm on.
Well,
I'm on it now.
I've been setting up an automatic thing.
The whole time you've
gonna
been doing
be-
that, you could have just been posting shit.
Well, I've been collecting pictures for it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
How
I do.
many?
I have like
How
30
many?
pictures.
Okay, 30. 30 different
Yeah.
ones or 30
different
as a,
ones,
different outfits or
and some of
different
them
days?
videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a collection that I've been building up because I'm not. Well, one, I realized like the type of account I'm trying to make
Right.
it isn't as necessary because like I follow a lot of rappers and they're not the everyday type posters. Like they wait until they have something balling to show. You know, they're not. Most of them don't show themselves living, and so I've been waiting for these. And like I totally, if I posted everything that I got when I got it, it would end up looking bad. Is what I feel like.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna run out of all the cool shit real quick. and it's gonna be another bit before I find it again.
Bro, like,
I mean,
do you
unless
even like
you
watch
gotta
like
make cool shit up.
You even look at Trippy Red's fucking Instagram, bro?
No, well, I do. I follow his Twitter.
It's a bunch of just random regular shit, and he'll just he just like superimposes
With
his
his
face
dog
over
and
like
shit.
anime characters and nonsense.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not good at creating content. I'm good at finding it. Like,
Literally, all they're doing is like looking at fucking filters and taping themselves smoking weed.
Yeah,
like it's like selfie filters and like smoking weed.
Still haven't gotten to. It still feels weird. The only way I think I can do it is collect packs and then drop.
Well,
them
no,
time.
like the big thing is to like just put shit out, just put your stuff out, because if people, the whole thing is people like you.
I mean, I could put music and lyrics out, but as far as like video or pictures, I'm gonna run out quick. There's not many things that I want to post, like, you know, unless we're talking about music.
Well, it's got to be
you do clips.
Yeah, you can do
like
can do clips of like you talking. You can do like, you know,
Yeah,
you can do like just like those fucking squares, those inspiration squares, but it's just your lyrics.
Yeah.
You can do.
That's what
like,
I'm not good at. I can't make content up. I just see something that looks cool in a moment, and I'm like, this would be cool.
Well, I mean, it's like you can like make a
creating
small little video and then like put some effects on it and like put that to like a clip of your music, and like.
Yeah, see, that's something I see a lot of people doing. Is posting clips over like movie scenes and shit like that.
Like
or
putting
like,
get something from like a Matthew McConaughey movie and put some of your fucking music over it. It's just
can
like
you do that?
you can do whatever
Seems
the fuck
legit.
you want. What are you gonna? What are they gonna do? It's not YouTube. They're not
know.
gonna come and fucking demonetize you and take you down if you're like doing some funny ass shit, dude. Fucking Swavo went fucking viral on Instagram the other day because of his TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a TikTok of him watching TV. Like he's watching TV. And, well, it's like his camera's pointed at a TV, and it's like this scene in this show. I think it's called Money Heist, and it's like people are pointing guns at each other, and he's like, "Oh shit, oh shit," and then like someone points a gun at the camera, and he like pulls up his gun, and he's like, "Shut up, motherfucking no!" Like, and
oh damn.
So like like someone else reposted it on Instagram, and he's gone like it had almost 100,000 fucking views and shit. And it's like.
That's a fun. See, I wonder about that. Is that something like?
Does he sit
probably
around?
Watched it and then well, is that like
trying to make content?
Kind of job
like,
in his head?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
It has to be, right?
It doesn't. It have
create
to be
every day. It would have to be like a part of my day to where I'm making a post up. You know, that's the thing that feels weird. I'm just not gotten used to it yet. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like set aside instead of in my head. I'm like, I should just be in balling situations that I take pictures.
You have to make the balling situations. Like that's how it works all the time. That's just how it works for even these rappers. It's like they're setting these things up to do this.
Yeah.
It's like all it takes is just that time because you want this to be your job, so it's got to be your job.
Well, I mean, it's a part of the job.
It is absolutely a necessary part of the job.
Yeah,
like that's.
I don't want that to be my job. Is the point, and that's why I'm scared.
But it is part of it. It is literally part of the job.
Yeah,
like being a musician is also having a social media presence.
Yeah, that's a huge part.
And so like it's not like other people. Like I'll keep using Trippy Red as an example because his Instagram's fucking hilarious. But I'll keep using him as an example because he puts shit up all the fucking time. He's put like sometimes he'll put up several posts in a day.
Yeah.
Like, and they don't really mean a lot, but like it's all him. He's
just
making this shit
kind of thing.
Him just being himself in his fucking house, like, or with his boys, or when they're out on the road and shit. It's like stupid videos of them in their tour bus, like, and he's posting shit, putting shit in his stories all day.
Yeah, I think I need to find some cooler people to follow too. I don't follow many, and the ones I do, like, I follow like really, really famous rappers. Not a lot of low level, just because they come up.
Right.
And I'll follow them. And then I follow, like, basketball shit. Like, I follow the Nuggets, shit like that, because I love seeing some ball and dunks.
Right.
Like, scrolling through. But I don't have anybody that's inspirational.
How often are you scrolling, Toby?
Through Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, probably never.
Yeah, because your boy over here had to make you follow me.
Oh yeah, because I don't even.
I had to take a moment out of our day to be like, Toby, no, we're gonna do this now. Look me up. And you're like, I can't find you. And I was like, okay, I'll send you a message. So I sent him a message. You're like, I can't find the message.
I never seen this. What happened?
And because your boy's been posting, and I don't think you've liked anything that I've ever posted.
I haven't seen anything
because you don't get on there. You're gonna have to get on there.
Yeah.
Because then you
Well,
gotta
see where it
see
lies,
what people
right?
are doing.
That's where it lies. Is like it's gonna benefit you if you really enjoy it, and I have to find a way, my way to enjoy it.
Yep.
Right, and I don't know what that is yet. And again, if I follow more people that are like truly inspirational to me, not like faux inspirational.
Yeah.
As far as like when you see someone too big, it's not as inspirational as someone that's just making it.
Yeah.
You know. And so maybe I need to kind of steer that in the right direction.
But even then, you remember that Davvy video I showed you, just with the fucking shopping cart?
So
like
funny.
it's so funny.
Yeah.
And like that's just, and he'll just like, you just gotta make
hilarious.
shit up, man. You just gotta make shit up. I know that you're creative. Like,
but
you can even just like turn your lyrics. You can turn your lyrics
like,
into fucking situations.
You know what I mean? In my head, I'm like, should I make music or like get together? And I'm like, I just want to make, and I end up doing that.
But that seems like, but we all have.
But no one's gonna hear it or see it or
like, exactly. We all have things that we use as crutches. Like even if it's like partly like because making music is the thing. Yeah. Like we both just want to make music.
You
lean on your ability to make it.
Yeah. And so I resort to going back to that over harder things.
Right.
Just because it feels natural and when there's more parts to the job.
Because it's like, because you can always just be lazy, get drunk, and make music.
Well, that's not being lazy. That's what.
That's not what I mean. I don't mean that the act of you making music is lazy. I mean you're being lazy in the other parts of the endeavor.
You see what I'm saying? That's why it doesn't feel to me that I'm lacking in any way because I'm busting my ass at something. So I feel very accomplished.
But is it not?
I end up in the same position because I'm not exercising these other parts. It's like I was really into working my calves. Or like maybe I just had abs. Like my arms were skinny.
It's like you weird looking dude.
It's just like man tits and tight abs.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. Like I don't even know how you do.
How do you have a muscle corset on?
That's what it feels like. It's like, I'm just always doing sit-ups because that's the thing. And I never work my arms.
Exactly.
You gotta roll and you gotta stretch.
That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
You came up with the perfect analogy.
You gotta work different muscle groups.
So your abs are rocking, but you got tits, bro.
Yeah. It just looks weird, man. Right? That's exactly
does look weird.
It's
because you can tell everybody that you're a fucking rapper, but they're like, okay, where's your music? And you're like, well, I got like 4 songs up.
Yeah. Well, if they're at my house, I can show them hundreds.
Right, but
no one's
no one else is coming to your house, bro.
Yeah, I don't have a sign on my door.
No, it's like I'm a rapper. Come in to hear my music.
I know. I can't. I don't put shit out
because you're also gonna have to perform.
Yeah,
you're also gonna have to perform for people. So what does that look like for Cushing? Like, what does Cushing look like on a stage?
Well, I sit and practice, so I can so I can catch stuff and remember stuff. But as far as like practicing with like cues and stuff like that, I don't do any of that type of stuff just because I don't have someone to cue or just to play with or like, you need at least one more person. Like you can sit up there by yourself, but I've thought about that and that sounds lame as shit. You're like going over to the computer. I'll be right back.
Yeah. No, dude, I'll always cue for you, bro.
Something.
Play some guitar.
Yeah, and
do some singing.
Like that, if you could cue something and then come up, if we were doing collaboration and stuff, like even like that, you wouldn't just be that.
Well, dude,
it's not even really a DJ at this point. If
I'll be part of your band if you're part of my band.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
It's not DJing anymore because you're not controlling changes and stuff.
Well, it wouldn't be that at all. It'd just be because I'm not gonna be a DJ. Like I'm not DJing shit. Like I'll cue songs.
Was it DJ Dave?
Yeah.
Was that it or something like that? Disc Jockey Dave.
That's
so
my
you
name.
have to say it.
Disc Jockey David.
And, I don't know.
Coming to you, it's Disc Jockey David.
I don't like the way he said DJ. It just made me feel weird.
Disc Jockey David.
And you dress like a jockey, like a horse
jockey. Yeah. Get it?
Disc jockey. I'm riding these beats.
Do you get it? And then I like crack a whip every now and again.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want to be your fucking DJ. But like, I'll fucking hit a space bar.
See, I would rather play with you. I'd rather like us do reverse opens for each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I think it'd be great. And it's like I come out in the middle of yours, you come out in the middle of mine, and we have like but then we get to rest.
Yeah, we high five. One of us like sits down in a chair for a minute.
You know me from before? Just hanging.
What up? I'm back.
I mean, it could be, you know, like...
Who's opening, who's headlining, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I think that's cool. A lot of comedians coming up do that. They'll go on tour together, but neither one of them are big. Yeah. So they have like the same amount of pool, and they'll just like go back and forth.
Yeah.
And that seems better to me than having a mixed show, because then there wouldn't be as much pressure on the other person.
Right.
That has to worry about their songs and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to have to worry about my songs. Let's worry about your songs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, if you come out and you do a whole set with me and you've got to sing and play guitar and cue and all this shit, and then you're about to play a whole set.
Yeah, for sure.
It just seems stupid.
Yeah.
And we can have intertwining sets.
Yeah, right.
As far as like song.
Yeah. We do 3 songs and trade off
we
like
mix
that.
It up and like different people cycle in it.
Well, no, because they would just like it would almost
be different.
It would be seamless almost, because we would make sure that the beats almost lined up.
But like the lights change, the name changes.
Yeah,
and it's like this is this person's song. And it's just like in different moods.
Yeah,
and we could write sets to where like the mood.
I like that. I like that word.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that before. To where you're like, and now draw your attention over to It's like different. The act keeps coming up. Yeah, it's kind of cool. That's cool. We are straight up working shit out on this, but this whole time we've been like, we're just really catching up. Yeah. on YouTube is what we're doing.
Because we really haven't seen each other in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost.
Yeah, so this is just literally just us hanging out.
And we're best friends, so like we don't have really any other best friends. So this is the talking.
I got my girl and this dude pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much life. And so
I have
like
friends, but they just don't come around as much.
Nope. No. And I've just spent the past like 2 to 3 weeks with people that I only see like once a year, and I would call them friends. Like, you know, like they're good people. They're very good people. They're beautiful people. If any of them ever see this, hey, I love you.
Well, yeah, but it's not. Again, even really good friends that don't come around a lot, that you don't see often.
But see, I would say I
don't become a confidant.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of wall.
Yeah, like you're just not around enough for me to tell you secrets. Like, if I'm not with you 90% of the time, you're probably telling people my secrets.
Right. The other 90% of that time, you're telling people my secrets. Why are you telling people my secrets?
That's why you don't give 10%ers your secrets.
No.
If you're around them,
too many percent. Yeah. That's too high of a percentage.
Too
of
low
secrets.
Of a percentage.
You think it's too low of a percentage? I think 1% of giving your secrets away is too much.
People that are around you 10% of the time, you don't give your secrets to. Maybe like a 30%er. If you're around 30%, it's long enough to where they're gonna see you soon and feel bad about telling your secrets. So they probably won't.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I forgot I liked you.
Here comes Toby.
Told all your shit.
Oh man. Okay, so I told.
You feel more inclined to, you know, like I feel like I could tell someone's secrets that I've met once or twice. If they like broke down to me, I'll totally be like, dude, you know what they told me?
Right, because this has actually happened. You've actually told me friends' secrets.
Really? Oh, that's funny. I wish I was about to be like, which one?
If only we could just divulge.
Sell people out.
Yeah, dude.
The episode where
who watches this? Maybe it's just the FBI that watches this, and we could be the coolest informants ever.
Oh, okay.
But they wouldn't care about. Deal? They would. Yeah, they wouldn't care about what we have secrets on.
Yeah. They don't care if your friend fucked some fat girl. It's a bad one, but whatever.
That's like half of one of the secrets.
Oh man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, this is insane. So you gotta find a 30%er at least.
Absolutely.
But not 30% of your secrets. That is a lot.
Never give away 30% of your secrets.
You're on the way to giving away half of your secrets.
That is. Oh man. That is a personal economic collapse.
Once you give away half of your secrets, I think your actual value in society goes down, because people are always going to assume you're better than you actually are.
Yeah. Well, do you think people really give you the benefit of the doubt?
You think people assume? Well, I think people assume I'm worse than I am.
I think people just in general assume the worst of people.
Okay.
Now, not to say that like
but they still don't know how.
I don't want to generalize anything, but I feel like our first real interaction is to not trust anyone, and then you talk yourself down from there.
Yeah, I can relate. I don't think that's everyone's case.
Well, I mean, unless they're naive.
I think a lot of people can be intelligent and just hope for the best. Can you be intelligent and hope for the best?
That's what I'm saying. There's a difference though. Like choosing to trust a person is different than blindly trusting someone.
Yeah.
I don't think many people blindly trust.
A lot of people start off in the trusting place and look for signs that they're not trusting,
like you
right?
can, but your first, but I think that because we judge immediately.
Yeah.
As
what
a
if they're
species,
cool looking? Your first
is like, oh shit, I want this person to like me because he's wearing a leather jacket and his hair slicked back.
You're cool guys and a 50s biker. He's anyone from Greece.
Yeah, John Travolta from Greece. Exactly.
Anyway,
what's your cool guy?
What would he look like? So I saw a guy that I'm just like, dude, I need to be your friend.
Like, is he
what
like
the fuck?
I bet he has a beard.
No, he couldn't have a beard. We can't have two beards.
Okay. All right, so what's this cool guy?
He would be exactly opposite of me. He would be like,
would he be tall?
Puerto Rican.
Would he have dreadlocks?
I think it would be some suave Puerto Rican guy.
Okay.
Like with some chains
Stefan.
on, some thin chains.
No, some
like,
super
this isn't the
chains.
guy I want to be. This is the guy who's like, I know he's cool.
Dude, you're cool as
like,
fuck.
You're just very different. I don't get your cool.
Mario.
Like, I don't get your type of cool, you know?
Your type of cool freaks me out, Mario.
Yeah, his name would be Alonzo. You know?
Mi nombre es
Alonzo, Lorenzo. I'll fucking sit down and talk to a Lorenzo.
You can have my attention all goddamn day.
Tell me about your life. He's like, well, which bitch do you want to know about?
Lorenzo Canseco.
No, he's not like a Mexican he's not like a mafia.
Fine, I fucked up. Fine. That's fine.
Guy.
I'll take that one on the chin.
He's more cool. Like, he talks kind of like that.
Oh, does he also have a lisp? Like
no,
a very small lisp?
He's not that cool.
Okay.
He just very bouncy with his voice.
He also bounces.
He's always bouncing.
If
like,
you guys can't see Toby,
ago.
he's actually bouncing side to side.
Well, this guy like is on Molly a lot.
Okay.
And so even when he leaves the club, it's like, you know, it's like still ringing in your ears, and he's just kind of swaying. We're like getting eggs. like Lorenzo, dude, everybody's staring. He's like, "What? Let them stare." Maybe he's Spanish. No, he seems like he's like big thin mustache Spanish. What is my cool guy? It's weird.
Yeah, this is.
So
strange.
I got John Travolta and the Spanish guy hanging out.
Yeah. They're probably gonna ditch us to go hang out with
each
other.
They're so cool.
Yeah. They were far too cool for us.
Man.
Oh,
they're just slaying it, and we get in their way.
Yeah, dude. So we've almost gotten in 50 minutes and haven't.
Nice. That's normally our intros are like 30.
Yeah. Well, we that was good. So it's now been like a month and a half since either of us have seen you.
Yeah, it's not fresh on my mind.
But
we just named this for clickbait, I guess.
I guess. But season, it doesn't work. It never works.
Yeah.
Except the Luca Magnotta one. That one's like 100 views now.
It's like got to be relevant shit, I guess.
I mean, like for our podcast, 100 views is nothing to shake a stick at, and like we got 100 views organically off of the Luca Magnotta one. Yeah. So shout out to that podcast. Shout out to the people looking up the cat killer.
Shout out to the people who made that. Us? No. So
you season 2. Okay. So so at the beginning of season 2 of you, he has moved to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
To because at the very end of season 1, fucking what's her nuts is back from the dead. His original girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
Candace, fucking Candace. So she's back from the dead, and she corners him, and she's like, I'm not gonna sell you out. I'm not gonna fucking turn you in. I'm not gonna blah 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 blah. But what I am gonna do, you're never gonna know. I'm gonna fucking ruin your life. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking ruin you. Because what he did, we find out later, was that he, she was fucking around, being a real nasty broad.
You're on his side on this one.
Always. I'm always on Joe's side.
Fucking around.
He just wants love. He just wants to love. But no, actually, at the end of this season, you do find out that no, he's just a fucking psychopath. Like he can't help it. He's addicted.
At the end, it was addicted. Like, oh shit. Okay.
I was pissed. I felt betrayed.
The Candace thing. So, but it ended up that she was running away because he wanted her to stay and listen, and he knocked her out.
Right.
And then he thought he had killed her, so he buried her.
Right.
And then she woke up, and wasn't anything the police could do because
the cop was just like
text messages.
Right.
Or like,
there was no evidence of it whatsoever, and the cop was even
a domestic dispute, not an attempted murder.
Right.
And that's a fucking huge difference.
And the cop even told her that it was like, they think you're dead, maybe stay dead.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of fucking advice is this? No, he beat me and buried me alive.
Well, see, if I would have kind of trusted him a little more. If he freaked out and he was like, oh no, she's gonna run off, do something stupid, get hurt, and then he knocked her out of like pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
And then he went, oh fuck, I fucked up, and then tried to take her to the hospital or get her better. Then I would have been like, oh, he made a mistake.
We can get past this, Joe.
But shit, if he tried to bury her after that, that's follow through.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not a crime of passion, is what I'm saying. A crime of passion just happens when people are really, really seeing red, you know? But
yeah. So, I really... So what did you think about that decision of her to, like, now change her name and get into that?
And come after 40, who's fucking sweet.
Right? Okay, we haven't even gotten into that yet. Okay, so he moves to Los Angeles to get away from Candace because she tracked him down and was like, yo, motherfucker, I'm gonna ruin your life. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna ruin your life. Yeah. And this is after, you know, like, he put out the book in Beck's name of the whole thing that happened with Dr. Nikki, framed Dr. Nikki. Dr. Nikki's still in jail, but she knows that it was him. Candace knows. So you have... Let's see here. Chet.
He knows what.
Okay, so he's in Los Angeles, and he immediately walks into like the bookstore of like a Whole Foods type place, which I never fucking never really understand. So is that like the cafe, library, bookstore?
Yeah.
Area.
So I'd say it'd be like,
because it is a market, right?
Yeah.
So why does Love have?
If there was a Starbucks outside of Whole Foods and it had a couple books, I think it's just like a larger version of that.
So it's just within this store called a Navrin, which is Nirvana backwards.
So stupid.
It's so dumb.
That's bad writing to me.
Right?
For such a good, well-written show, like it just seemed cheap.
Well, I mean, they even make fun of it.
Again, maybe
in the show.
Maybe I'm missing the point because it's supposed to be so cheesy that it shows how that you automatically relate the type of family they are that would do that.
Because you know exactly what those people are after.
So it might have been it might have had.
It was actually the smartest choice.
But yeah, he sees Love, which again, the first thing I thought was like, really?
Yeah, dude, I scoffed out loud.
He said something right before he saw him. He was like, I don't know if I'll ever find love again. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
And so he's like, it's just like, oh my God.
But it really works.
Or is it perfect?
It is perfect because, like, she, as we find out, is his equal.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
They are perfect for each other.
When you said this the other day, you hadn't watched the last, and you were like, I just hope that she understands him and she'll be the one that can put up with it. And I was like holding my tongue.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm really glad that it worked out the way it did.
Well, so they would have been perfect together. Like skipping forward to the end a little bit. We can go back.
I don't want to know if I want to get there yet.
Okay.
So okay, so what was shit. I need to see the rest of the cast. So
well, I'm gonna talk about 40. He was an amazing.
Okay, so he meets Love. And dude, we find out that he had planned the whole thing. He knew that they were looking for somebody in the bookstore. He had already checked out Love. He had already been following her. So he wasn't sticking to his no, I'm not doing this thing. He was always being manipulative. That's why I love that this show.
He planned the bookstore thing out before he entered
and interviewed. Yeah,
and
he had already been watching Love before he approached her.
Oh,
in
so
the
you just
store.
didn't see that part.
Well, no, it goes back and shows you that he was still doing the shit.
Yeah, so right when he got to LA, pretty much he saw her, and then when you think he's being nice and trying not to do anything the whole time, he's finding out where she works.
Yep.
And how to get in.
Yep.
And finding out about the family.
So he had already become obsessed with her immediately.
Oh, the little girl, what was her name? In the complex that
right,
he lived
that's
in?
what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to look up her and her sister.
That scene shocked me when he was like, "So teach me social media." And she like, and I was just like, "Oh no." That's like, it's to handing a murderer a knife, you know?
Right.
Like handing a stalker even better tools than they already have. But that one kind of threw me off because, oh no, you're teaching him how to stalk in the new age, because he was kind of old school stalking.
Ellie.
Before.
Well, no, he was already on, like, he already knew how to use Facebook to stalk Beck.
Yeah.
And knew how to stalk her Instagram and all this shit, but he was never on there. He was just a lurker.
He never knew how to make himself seem likable.
Right.
Maybe that's what she taught him.
So Ellie and Delilah live downstairs, and Delilah is kind of like his landlord.
Yeah.
And she's also a reporter.
She like sells people out.
A gossip reporter.
Yeah.
And then she had a thing with fucking Chris D'Elia's character, who's a fucking pedo in this one.
Yeah, which he did. It worked.
He did so well.
He looks like that borderline, not like a kid pedo. He looks like a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which
he looks like
might be.
I mean, he's a bro for life kind of guy.
Yeah.
And you know he still performs at frats and shit.
And he's played a pedophile several times.
Yeah. Oh, that's true on Workaholics.
Yep.
Shit. He was like the coolest pedophile, and both of them. He was just like the cool ass pedophile.
So one question I do have about Anavrin is like, so why is there a giant kitchen in there? So do they make the food why is there a giant kitchen that she just gets to be in all the time?
Yeah.
And
well, like Whole Foods has the hot shit. Wouldn't they be like dishes? So it's like,
but it's like a fucking kitchen. It's like there's a giant fucking wooden table in there.
And she's studying new recipes for the. She's making new cakes, and
she
bakes all the stuff. I think it's just for the hot foods and the bakery.
Okay.
And she designs new foods. I'm not sure. I never saw her plating stuff. Like I never saw her actually making a dish for someone.
Yeah.
So maybe she just made creations for the store. That's kind of what I assumed.
Maybe.
She'd make little pastries and little, I don't know.
But anyway,
can you think back and see did she ever send an order out or hot, like plating stuff to go to a hot bar?
I mean, maybe I think she did but even then when they were like, oh, she's baking again. She only bakes when like she's upset or whatever.
I think she was more of a creative, like she created stuff for the grocery store.
Okay, so she probably, but it's like, what? Because she was only ever like, because even when he's like working in the book, like when after they break up and she's like dating the Australian dude,
she's there all the time.
But they're just in there like making food and shit in this giant window. There's a giant window.
Is it
from the bookstore into the kitchen? I know that it's a set, and I know that I'm overthinking it, but it just doesn't make sense to me that what is her job? Like, I know that she's like the head chef.
In-house.
What?
Yeah.
The baker and the chef, and like, how can she make all this food? Just what? Just on her own. Or just not be there, because sometimes she's just not there.
Oh yeah,
and
I think again, like you may be overthinking it because her parents owned the place, so they would have made her a job.
Yeah,
that she loved. She wanted to be a chef. Just sit back there and make shit up. Like, you don't have to be here if you don't want to.
Okay, fair
42.
Enough.
They're like, he's
and
like, 40, you're a manager. Like, I don't know.
They're both very codependent to each other, and 40 is just a giant man child.
They have a weird relationship for sure.
Well.
And it's because of the trauma.
Because as we find out, Love is also a murderer.
Yeah,
Love is,
but she did it for 40.
Yeah,
right?
That's what she says, but she just was jealous. I think. Yeah, I think that she was just angry and jealous that this person was maybe taking advantage of her brother.
Yeah,
but also probably not really because he was a young boy and she was an older girl. Like,
did
I don't know.
Ever specify? I thought it was. I thought it made it clear.
I thought he was like in love with her, and
but she was older
like
to realize. She was old enough to realize that she shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I guess.
So it was on her.
And then so she knocked 40 out and murdered this girl, and then made it look like 40 had blacked out and killed her.
And so 40 didn't know? He still thought he had killed him? Or did
I
she
think,
tell
well,
him?
no, because remember at the end he was like, "You think I don't fucking know?" Like, I'm pretty sure that he figured it out after a certain point.
So she tried to hold it from him. Why would she make it seem like he did it?
Because he
would trouble or something?
He would have gotten in less trouble, I think, because no one got in trouble because they buried it.
Covered. Yeah.
The family buried it. You know what I'm saying?
And 40 was their little baby.
Yeah.
And if their baby did it, they would have freaked out if she did it, I think. And they might have
because the mom already
put her into an institution or something.
Yeah.
And 40 they would have just coddled. So she just thought it was best for the family if she killed this person and blamed it on him.
So that's why 40's all fucked up as an individual.
Yeah. And his mom is just like, it shows when they're at that retreat.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, babe, it's putting him on her chest. And
she straight up says like something awful to Love, like to her face. I forget what it was. It's something just like how you're a fucking disappointment or some shit like this.
Because they were saying she let him get back on drugs or some shit.
Yeah.
He was smoking crack with the yogi.
Yeah.
that was pretty sweet. I like the idea of this really calm yogi just like geeking the fuck out. But 40 was a great character, and I feel like he was just traumatized, put in a bad family, put in a lot of bad situations, and got fucked up from it because it comes out when they're trying to write like that screenplay.
Yeah,
I think it is. Oh yeah,
because he doses them.
Beck made. So
that was a suggestion by fucking Candace to try to like fucking unravel everything and make him feel. But fucking 40 figured it out because he had murdered someone and covered it up.
Yeah, and he figured out what happened.
Yeah, what actually happened. And he was like, I love that scene. This show builds tension so well. Because you're seeing it mostly through Joe's perspective. Which also, his name in this is Will Bettelheim because he has kidnapped a dude who also changed his identity.
He's the guy who was going to help him change his identity.
Yeah, so he put him in his box, which he brought his box out there and
reassembled it?
Reassembled it piece by piece perfectly.
Yeah, there's no way he had that ship.
How'd he get it? Yeah, how'd he get it out there?
That'd be hard to reassemble. I mean, you have
across
to
the country.
Cut all these like silicone glass stuff, and you have to like reassemble it, make it airtight, and make sure it's just as sturdy and strong.
Right.
Took a lot of energy.
Because like, if you were stuck in there, would you not just be bashing shit against it the whole time,
breaking your leg trying to kick the glass?
There's a desk in there. There's like bookshelves. It's like I'm breaking shit and I'm busting shit down.
Like even when it was messed up, shit wasn't really broken.
No,
that's true. Like it looked like shit was knocked over, not like beat to death.
Right.
And he hit a fucking key in there. That fucked me up too. It's like out of all.
I love that though. Always hide a key in there so you can get out of the fucking box.
Yeah. And so I've wondered a lot. It was like whether it was in the cushion or whether it was like.
But did you see where he?
No, I don't remember.
It was in one of the creases where the glass sits into the like. If you're looking at one of the walls, you know how it's like two panes of glass with a strip going through. It's in the strip, so he was able to like get something in there and like.
Oh, but it's dropped down, so you can't like
you couldn't get it. Like if you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't be able to get it.
That's genius.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many days in there is it before you start checking all the creases and poking around? Like,
dude, I'm pretty sure I would have found the key.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I would have found the key. Because then you take a couple pieces of paper out of one of the books and you start running it along the inseam of that shit, like between the glass and the
But
the
I
fixture.
guess your instinct wouldn't be, oh, they put a key in here for me. Like this isn't.
I wouldn't
Saw.
think that, but now after seeing this show, I'm gonna assume anybody that kidnaps me is gonna be prepared for their own eventual kidnapping in their kidnap space.
I can see that. I don't think I would have thought of that naturally. I don't think I would have been searching for a key because I would think they made it for other people. They would never assume they're gonna be in there. They're in control, kind of thing. Why would they have a key in here? But a smart man would because he knows things can flip.
Yeah.
And then so
and he allowed shit to get flipped on him
Often.
Several times. It's like, maybe you shouldn't have this glass box.
Yeah,
maybe
you're
you
not
don't deserve
strong
this.
enough. But yeah, so when they were writing the screenplay and he was tripping out, he thought he went and killed Delilah. Because
I called it. I fucking that's when I called it. Was when I saw that as soon as I saw Delilah was dead and he was like starting to freak out, I was like, oh, Love did it.
Yeah.
I was like, Love did this for him.
So,
I just felt it.
Why did Delilah go in there? How did she find out? She found out he killed Henderson?
Because she kept looking into the Henderson shit.
And then he was carrying the bag
right
out that the cop knew that she was fucking.
Right.
Right? So he was like, said he was out there that night.
No, was it Candace? Was it Candace that talked to her? No, Candace tried to come back and talk to her after she was...
The cop seeing him that night, and that was the same cop she was with.
Right. And then they were arrested for having sex in public. Yeah. And then that cop saw that they were together and...
Started looking into it. Yeah.
But who was it that... How did she get to the...
Why'd she get locked in there?
Well, yeah, because she went to the place. So she went into his apartment and found his key
behind the.
No, dude, that stressed me the fuck out when she was like in his apartment and like looking for his hidey hole. You don't have a hidey hole.
But he had sealed it up.
He had sealed it up, and I was like, oh my god.
I love how this entire time you're just rooting for this psychopath.
I love him. I love him to death.
I mean, at first I really did feel for him. Like, I was still fighting it. Like, midway through the second season, I was still, like, kind of fighting for him. Yeah. But I was losing it. First season, when it ended, I was still like, no, he might just be a crazy lover. He might just be a really obsessed lover. And
someone's just got to accept him.
Someone's just got to not cheat. Yeah. And then it'd be chill. But no, that's not the case, apparently.
As we see at the end.
Yeah.
But...
So she kills Delilah, but again, she's in there because she's looking into the Henderson case, realizes that he kills Henderson. Does she know he killed anyone else? Or is that the only one? Because that one you think she could get over. Maybe that's why he was going to leave her alive. Maybe he thought she could understand. Because he had touched her when she was a kid. So you would think if she found out someone killed him, she'd be like, fuck yes, he deserves to die. But was it a thing of like, he didn't deserve to die, he deserved to rot in jail? That he got the easy way out or something?
I don't know. Or was it...
She was upset about him.
I think she realized that he was the one that had put the pictures, that had stolen the pictures. And she was like, oh, so he's the one that probably killed Henderson because they're still looking for who killed Henderson.
He had like a really expensive... what was it? Some electronic thing.
The headphones. The headphones, the pictures, and then... Let's see. What was it? So, yeah, and then when she went in there, she saw Henderson's computer, and that's what kind of sealed the deal. And then he came in because he was like, I have a fucking camera app on my phone, you dummy.
He's like, well, now I got to lock you up and we got to talk about this.
Yeah, but now I have to tell you everything about me.
And she just, I mean, honestly, I don't think she could have ever been like Love and like learned to deal with it and not told on him. She's a gossip writer, so she would have got out and been like, these are the people I'm trying to chase down. Are these psychopaths that are getting away with shit? And she would have ratted him out. Any way you look at it, I think. So that's why she had to die in his eyes, or in her eyes, too.
But Love was having him followed.
Yeah.
So she knew where the storage unit was. Mm-hmm. So she runs up into the studio. How she knew which storage unit it was, I don't fucking know. Because, like, she probably had the dude follow him to there, but, like, probably not inside, because you probably need a code to get inside.
Yeah. Well, if he was good.
But no, I just thought it was fucking weird that maybe they're, like, on the 4th or 5th floor, and it's in, like, the 300th one, like, off in a corner. It's like, how did she know to, like, beeline it right there? And then, so he decides he's going to let Delilah go. He decided he was going to let Delilah go, but he decided to take her snacks while he was fucked up.
Yeah.
So he did actually take her snacks.
Yeah.
And he was going to let her go, but like...
Was he going to let her go, or did he right before realize that he had to kill her?
No, he was always going to... I think he genuinely thought he was going to let her go.
Okay.
because he was thinking of Ellie, because he wants to protect kids, kill women.
And so when he went there with the snacks and saw her dead, and then went back to the apartment, he was tripping so hard that he didn't know if he did it.
Right.
So he had seen the blood, and all the blood, and the death was real, but he couldn't remember how it happened.
No, she died after.
Okay, so she was alive
After
when he brought the snack.
Yeah,
that's what I was wondering, why was he covered
because
in blood?
when it does, he wasn't. He was
it was just all in his head.
It's just in his head because he has a guilty conscience.
Okay, so he didn't start even thinking about her until he saw her dead, and then that's when he started thinking that he killed her.
I'm pretty sure.
But that whole night, I feel like it's flashing, and he's like having memories of murdering someone.
Well, I think it was like just
all the
him
other murders.
dealing, all this other murder he's committed. But then he was thinking about it because he was thinking about Delilah, whether to kill her or not, and then thinking that he had lost time.
To take her snacks instead.
Yeah, and he had lost that time, and then the time was accounted for because he got dropped off there.
Yeah,
that's what. Okay, so then okay. So. Love was having him followed. Love like runs up there after he leaves, like follows him up there, and then after he leaves, goes in, and then Delilah's like, "Oh my God, thank you for coming. Please let me out. Like Joe is crazy. Like."
And then she starts weighing her options.
Yep.
She's gonna get my boy sent to jail
because at this point now, Love knows that she's pregnant, and that's why Love is doing these things for Joe. She says.
So she was she pregnant in the end?
She was actually pregnant.
Okay. So she was pregnant. And they moved into the suburbs for some reason.
So we also have the death of Candace to deal with.
I don't remember.
Love fucking slit her throat.
Because she was following her for 40.
Yeah. And so
but didn't he see Joe go to her apartment? And then that's what sent him off?
That's why she started having him followed.
She thought
I think
that he was fucking around with
because
Candace.
you remember they found out who he actually was. They found out that he was Joe.
Yeah, and if that was his ex-wife, they'd known that
ex-girlfriend.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they found all that out because he was straight up about that after a certain point. He was like, "Yeah, it's Candace." Like,
oh yeah, she didn't know which one to call him.
Yeah.
Stuff, yeah.
So Candace calls Love and tells her to come. I'm pretty sure, or texts or sends a message from Joe's phone for her to come there while she trapped Joe in with Delilah, with Delilah's dead body.
Oh,
Candace trapped Joe with Delilah's dead body. So now Joe is once again trapped in his own fucking box,
which is where it all started.
Yeah,
you always end up back
in your box. Why, Joe? Why do you keep bringing this box with you everywhere? I know you got to have somewhere to keep people, but. Stop keeping people.
Yeah, maybe just.
Ooh, do you think in their house in the suburbs they're gonna put it in the basement?
The box. They're gonna have it.
They, of course, they did. They probably fuck
thing.
in there. They're probably fucking that box.
That's their thing.
Yeah.
And see, now that would be cool. I wish it went Bonnie and Clyde style, and it can't because the whole show is him moving, is like being obsessive.
Right.
And so now that he's got the girl of his dreams. He's not interested.
But see, like, that's the thing, too, is that, like, he finally got truly accepted because, like, the whole time that he's in the box, he's like, yeah, everything is true. Everything that Candace said is true.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I don't care. She's like, I fucking love you.
And you're like,
and
oh.
I'm just like, he found her. He found her.
Yeah.
Like, and then she's like, this is all the stuff I've done. And he's like, oh, no, she's crazy. And it's like, motherfucker, just that. I don't respect that. I didn't like that. I was like, he would never, like, him as his character, I don't think would do that. I think that him as his character would have just been like, she loves me.
Yeah, I get it. Like, sometimes you have to do things for people you love, right?
That's right. Like, I figured that was going to be it, but I feel like they got greenlit for the 3rd season, and so they had to, like...
Oh, so if it had ended, it would have ended happy.
Because I could have seen that as the ending.
Yeah.
I could have seen that as,
he finally found his girl.
Like, that could have been it for me. Like, I would have been happy with that. Like, and then...
See, I would like if...
maybe do a movie a couple years later as them, like, as parents.
What I'm saying. I'm saying Bonnie and Clyde style. They start hunting and doing, like, vigilante style shit, taking down people. Because they're double...
I like that.
They're both good at murder.
Yeah. They're both really good at it.
And now they can sit down and plan with someone like they've never been able to.
Love is actually better at it than Joe.
Yeah. She's more passionate, but
like, dude,
so what do you think's gonna happen? So, do you think they're even gonna touch on? Are they just trying to live a happy life and forget this, or are they like teaming up?
I don't know because, well, if you remember Love's little speech to him, she's like, I was right in front of you the whole time. All you had to do was look. Because she was like, I wasn't hiding. She was like, I was openly creepy. You know what I mean? Because she was like, I know that we both know that I left those fucking pastries in your thing. She like, we both know that she knew the whole time that like Joe was watching her. Mm-hmm. She knew the whole time that Joe was watching her from that fucking telescope. Yeah. She knew the whole time. Because like even when she was fucking the dude, she knew that Joe was like at her house watching her fuck the dude.
Yeah. How'd she know all that?
Because she set it up to be that way. Because she was playing him. She was playing him like a fiddle.
A house there, or got her a house close to where he was living, something like that. Wait, isn't that the first place he ended up seeing her? Was it?
No, maybe, but like no, because I think he saw her like walking around, and then maybe he found a place that he could see her house from. Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, but
they're both playing each other. See, they're just perfect. Yeah. And I think they should team up, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna go the route of. They're just trying to be happy parents now and like get over all the past.
So 40 gets shot in the head by the cop and killed. Yeah. And is now framed as the Henderson murderer.
The cop?
No. Fucking 40. 40 took the rap for all that.
I didn't remember him getting shot in the head.
Oh, yeah. That cop came in because 40 had a gun to Joe. And because 40 found out who Joe really was and what he had done and wasn't as accepting as his sister. Yeah. And so Joe,
he thought he was a threat to his sister,
right? Yeah, because at first Joe was gonna murder Love because she crazy, but then he was like, yeah, because remember he had the handcuffs in the back of his pants, and then she was gonna let him out. Yeah, he was like, I can't fucking eat with a dead corpse next to me, like, and it's like, so as she's like letting him out, she sees in the reflection the handcuffs, and he like pulls it out, puts it to her throat, and she's like, I'm pregnant. He's like, shit.
I guess we'll get a house in the suburb.
Yeah, it's like, I guess we're in this for life now. But he was like, he was just gonna begrudgingly accept it at first, but then like those next few scenes where they're like at their friend's wedding, like he like actually lets himself love her again because he's like, he realizes he's like, she's not different, she just really fucking loves me like I love. Yeah, you know, and so he starts to accept it, and then that's when he's like, I love you, and she's like, still, and he's like, more, and I was like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I still feel like it's a route because him seeing the other girl and starting the idea of chasing someone else. Now his love isn't there anymore, right. And so I don't think they're gonna have it in the house. He's gonna get another storage unit, and he's gonna be hiding it from Love while
that's gonna get so messy because
she's good at it.
She's got the money. Yeah, she's got the money to hire other people. And you
can't not your next door neighbor, you fucking idiot.
Like, okay, so the last scene of season 2 of You is fucking Joe is in his backyard reading a book. And like, so he's got his pregnant wife, Love, who's also a psychopathic killer. Like he waves her off, and so he's sitting by his pool in the suburbs, and he hears something. What is this? What does he hear, Toby? What does he hear on the other side of his yard? I don't know. He gets up and he goes and takes a look over his fence, and says, "Hello, you."
And you're like, no, slap in the face.
I was like, mother. Fucker, it's like you had it, Joe. Yeah. It's like now that's what I'm saying. You're losing my support, bro.
It's gonna be interesting to see how he's gonna pursue this other woman with like him as a spouse,
right? Because they're probably. I mean, this next season they'll probably get married. You think they might like tie the knot and they're gonna have a normal life. Like, but even then, I don't see it being very normal because Love has crazy eyes.
But wasn't she? I feel like she's trying to get over it because she was trying to find a man she could trust. Why did she kill her husband?
Did she kill him?
Yeah. It came out that that's where he went, right?
Well, no, because he had cancer. He was sick, and then she was mad because he waited to tell her.
I thought that was a fake flash.
See, I thought so for a long time, too. I thought it was going to come out that she'd killed him, but I don't think she did.
I thought it came out in the end that he cheated and she killed. But maybe not.
I don't think that's what it was.
So her rampage started from 40's thing. Yeah. Okay. And then she had how many people had she had a long list though? To take care of the family or something? I felt like there's a few. Or maybe she just had that one and
she didn't really have a problem with fucking cutting Delilah's throat or...
A little too easy. Yeah. As far as like someone raping your brother...
Yeah.
It's gonna bring out different emotions than like some girl that might tell on your new boyfriend.
Right. But she's in love because she could see it. She could see it in him.
She murdered her husband.
Yeah, I always thought
That's
that
my
too.
guess.
So like, I think it might come out that she murdered her dying already husband.
Oh, okay. Or gave him cancer.
Mm.
They're rich.
Giving him that cancer. I can give
cancer in a bottle.
Yeah, I can give cancer. Best believe.
Yeah.
What
give it a
else?
little drop.
So yeah, and so the last scene of season 2 is just him looking over his fence at this chick, this basic bitch, this blonde bitch at a
Does
pool.
it show her?
No,
Okay.
she's just like in a fucking swimsuit, taking notes on books,
Yeah.
and
it's some book he likes.
I'm sure.
There was some shit like that.
Ugh.
Was just from a book.
So you
If she
couldn't
had
just
only-
be happy, Joe.
Yeah, or she had only been reading some self-help book. They'd be
Yeah.
like, ugh, I can't date someone that reads like, or just something shitty,
Yeah.
like some vampire
Right.
romance novel. You think he would have gone for her? She's reading Twilight.
I
doubt it.
I really don't know. Like I'm not really understanding what his thing is now. I thought he was just like I know that
about
he's
love.
I know that he's obsessive. I know that he enjoys the chase.
Yeah.
But like they could have worked that
I
into their
thought he
marriage,
had-
right?
yeah.
They could have turned that into a thing that they do.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
No, it did upset me too because I thought he was truly about love.
Right?
Even when he was crazy, I thought he really was. And now I don't think so.
It's not really seeming like
Now
it.
it's a Joe, you're too lustful.
Yeah, it is. It is most of like, but it's a weird kind of lust. It's not like it's
Controlling
almost not like
lust.
even a physical lust.
They want to run their life.
But
Right.
even then, he acts like he doesn't. It's weird, man.
He
He's
wants
like,
to-
I want to facilitate you being the best version of you, kind
yeah,
of
and
shit.
he's like, yeah, for them
yeah,
somehow.
I have
And
to
then
protect you.
I have to kill you because I love you.
Yeah.
You're only gonna hurt yourself.
But he found
You're
the
hurting
person
me.
that's fine with it. He found the person
Yeah.
that's like, I'm into that.
And it still doesn't work. I think that's when you know that you're a player. How you know when you're a player?
Yeah, when you murder for a bitch and she murders back for you, and you're like, you crazy.
Nah. Yeah, and you're like, yeah. See, I was so offended. I was like, you can call her crazy?
Right?
She did this for you.
Yeah, dude. I guarantee you she'll help you deal with it.
I
She'll
was
help you
down.
clean
I
up.
would have stayed. If I was him, I would have stayed.
Right?
Stay with love.
Just
That
been
would've
like,
chill as
all right,
fuck.
and now we're in a rich family.
Now we're cool. Yeah,
Yeah, you're like, I've gotten
You
away
can't
with
win
all
over
these
this.
murders. It's like
Yeah,
I've gotten away with
all these murders. Found someone that you can be yourself with, good looking, rich.
rich.
What the fuck do you need?
And like giving you the thing that you've always wanted. He always wanted to be a dad because his dad
Yeah.
was gone. And it's just like she's given him everything.
And still not enough. What a dick.
What a dick, Joe. But anyways,
Because some bitch likes the same book as you. You can give up everything you've ever been searching.
I don't even
for.
know if it had anything to do.
feel it
Was it the
has to be.
same book?
I feel like that was something that was notable to me was the book. I think it had come up or
Okay.
he had given it to someone.
Well, he was reading
But I don't
War and
know.
Peace, I think, or Crime and Punishment.
Yeah.
One of the two. One of
Yeah.
those. It's
I
either
don't
Crime and
remember.
Punishment or War and Peace. And then maybe she was reading the same thing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
There was something that drew her or drew him to her
Yeah.
besides her looks.
I'm gonna pee real quick,
Alright.
and then we're gonna talk about your dark media
Okay.
that you've been watching.
Wait, what's Horse Girl?
Well, I mean, I'm going to pee, so I can't really tell you about it.
I've never seen that one. That one's gonna have to be on Dave. So while we're all just sitting back and having a good time, I'd like to remind you to party hard. So yeah, I've been watching some weird dark comedies recently. There's a few on Netflix and some cool ones on Hulu. I like theirs. They've got a nice little section, and like there's one that's like there's some cool little horror movies. There's one about an art collective that's really cool, and they do live murders and things, and they say it's for live art somehow, which I kind of dig. But let's see. I watched this one called Greener Grass, which was pretty funny. It was Psycho Suburbia. There's another one called Suburbia too. It's kind of fucked. That one's like has Matt Damon in it or some shit.
Suburbia.
Yeah, it's just a psycho suburban thing. It's like about racism and a lot of shit. That one's hard to watch. But Greener Grass was real funny. It was like, they all lived in the suburbs, and it was just the way it was fun because there was a lot of the whole movie was directed like a horror movie, you know.
Okay.
And it was just, you know, the close up shots with the string.
Yeah.
And just like shit like this. So it was just it was made your head hurt the way it's filmed because it's psycho as shit, but it's so plain. And it's a good mixture. But it has some comedy. Like right away the woman like someone's like she has her baby and someone's talking to her. He's like, "Oh, I really like your baby. I'm thinking I have one." She's like, "Oh, do you want this one?" And it just like that's how it starts, is her giving her baby away. And she's like, "Really? Could I?" And like takes the baby and changes her name. And then throughout it, you see like her like breaking down because she gave her child away.
Oh my god!
And like it's just pretty psycho, but it's funny.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
And it's really weird.
Wow.
There's
wow.
I watched a kind of cool one that I feel like you might like. It's the guy from Big Bang Theory, not the main guy, but the second main guy.
Yeah, I know you're talking. Not Sheldon, the other one.
Yeah, the other main guy. But it's him, and it's called The Cleanse. Have you heard that?
I've heard of it.
It was kind of cool.
Well, tell me
so
more.
They went on a retreat for a cleanse. It was free.
Okay.
And you go through this test where you tell them how you're feeling and your
great.
drama and stuff, like your past
drama.
And they decide whether you're right for the retreat or not. And they collect 5-6 people at a time, taking these cabins, and they do a cleanse. They do a juice cleanse.
Okay.
And so they give them 4 things of juice, and that they have to finish in a certain period of time, and they're specifically made for their bodies.
Oh,
and
wow.
So you're not supposed to drink other people's and stuff.
Were they trying other people's juices?
No, but so they go through the cleanse, and then they have to stay there 2 or 3 days after. So I'm sure you're not gonna watch this, so I'll just tell you.
Yeah, that's fine.
The cleanse causes all your evil and bad things to culminate and come out of you in the form of like a monster.
Oh.
And so it's kind of like the Rick and Morty thing,
yeah,
but it's not you. But they kind of look like they'll have similar hair patterns and stuff.
Okay.
And they're creepy little monsters, and people's look different. And the longer you leave them alive, the bigger they get, and they will kill you. Is the thing. So you have these 3 days to get this monster out, and then you get, after it grows a little bit and you're attached to it, because it truly is it's like part of you. It's your evil that you're so used to, and so it's the hardest thing in the world to kill it. And there's like one guy in there that's done the retreat 5 or 6 times, and he can't get it right, and his monster is like fucking 8 feet long and like crazy spider octopus weird thing.
Okay.
And it like almost kills him every time, and he can't seem to do the retreat right. It's like, and because he says at the beginning, he's like, you're a lot. He's like almost dying at the beginning, and he's like, you're a lot like me. I bet you hold on to stuff too. So he's like, that's why he can't get through it, is because he can't let go of that side of him. Yeah. And now it's grown so big that. And see, maybe he comes back, and that's why he looks dead, is because he haven't killed it, and it's growing off of his energy, right. And he has to come back to the retreat to try to kill it. Yeah. But he never can, because it's fucking huge. And the longer you wait, the harder it is. Right. And so you find out at the end that no one's ever, or there's only been one person that ever finished the retreat, and every other time, even the creator of this cleanse didn't finish it. Someone else had to kill his monster for him. So he did get cleansed. It still works like that. But you're supposed to kill it. Yeah. And so if you're not strong enough, they will kill it for you so you can leave cleansed, Yeah. And there'd only been one, the leader, the woman that was leading the cleanse was the only woman ever to do it. And she just had this like nod. Like, oh God. Like she was a brutal. Yeah. Like she spit up, fuck this thing, ripped it up.
Hell yeah. And
then there's like a side story of this weird couple, of this girl who wanted them to get better. Mm-hmm. And then the guy who like hated being there, he's like stupid hippie shit. Like, what are we doing here? And then he drinks all of his real quick. And then he like kind of started to like it. And so he starts to drink hers. And so she doesn't have her cleanse. So her monster, but it started because she had her first drink. And so the monster is woken and inside of her, and kills her from the inside because she couldn't get it out because he drank her specific formula to get her monster out.
Oh no!
You know? And it was weird. It was
What
very
a
weird,
punk.
crazy story. But I like that one a lot. That one was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's super cool.
Let's see. Well, tell me about Horse Girl real quick. I don't know what the fuck that is.
So Horse Girl. So I think everybody went to school with a girl that was into horses.
Yeah.
So that's a horse girl.
Rainbows and horses and shit.
Yeah. So this Allison Brie plays this kind of like small town woman. She works at like an arts and crafts store. She has a roommate. She's just very timid. She's very just to herself. She goes down to this little ranch near her where they give horse riding lessons, and she like watches girls get horse lessons because she used to. Her parents seemed to be pretty well off at a certain point, and she owned this horse but had to sell it to another family.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you know how you kind of just keep a horse at a stable, and like you
like, pay for the stable fees.
Yeah,
and you go ride it when you want.
Right. Yeah. So she had to sell the horse because her mom died. So the whole time you don't know if the movie is about aliens or she's going insane. You don't know.
So it shows signs of what she's seeing, flashes or flashbacks.
Well, she starts losing time and getting nosebleeds. And then there are times though when she wakes up in a white space and she'll like look to her right and see a man, and then she'll look to her left and see a younger girl. And it's just a clear white space. And then sometimes she'll wake up with bruises. So the first time she kind of lost time, she woke up in her apartment after her birthday, and there were these giant claw marks through her drywall that couldn't have been made by a person. They were too far apart and too deep, just into drywall scratches.
Yeah.
Her roommate's just like, you need to get these fixed, and she's like, oh yeah, I will, I guess. And then there was one time she was in her car, and she was like looking at these kind of like cooling towers, and she zoned out, and she woke up. I'm pretty sure she woke up. She woke up at her house, but her car wasn't there, and so she called, and an impound. She said her car was stolen. Or she went to go to work the next day. Her car's not there. She reported it stolen, and they were like, no, it's not stolen. It was towed. And they were like, they just left it at this stoplight, and it ran out of gas. So when she was looking at the cooling towers, they either took her, she spaced out. We don't know. But when she gets in her car, there are scratch marks coming out of her sunroof. Like from the roof of her car to out of her sunroof.
Like she's getting pulled or something?
Yeah,
okay.
and she was trying
so
to
it implies that she was abducted.
Yeah,
or something.
and then you start to see these like weird, when she's in the white space, you start to see these weird black figures that have these weird movie hands, and like they're moving people over, and she's like
moving hands.
Moving hands.
Movie hands.
Movie hands. You know what movie hands look like? Just giant cameras on your hands.
Oh, okay.
No, but they're like touching people in this weird way and like spinning them over, and she starts waking up with these bruises. She starts waking up with these bruises because they're like beating her up.
With the fingers.
But she's convinced that they're moving her and these other people.
Or are they doing like
time.
surgery through? Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe they're doing surgery and leaving bruises, or like taking samples.
She gets to a point where she's like looking into it. So, but it's so weird. This movie is shot like it's a fucking indie film. So it's shot like it's just supposed to be this girl in a small town.
Yeah.
Just like maybe it's kind of like her losing her mind because her life is sad. You know, her mom committed suicide because of depression. Her grandma had okay, so she looks just like her grandma. Like she looks like the spitting image of her grandma. So she starts to think that maybe she's her grandma's clone. And it gets to this point where she's like, I'm not my grandma's clone. I am my grandma. Because like she gets committed at one point to a fucking psychiatric hospital because like she wakes up. They drop her off. Well, she wakes up naked in her store during business hours.
Yeah.
And like walks out and doesn't know where she is and freaks out. So they end up taking her to a psychiatric hospital. But
I will say about those hands, like that they do in horror movies, you know, they're always like coming out from under your bed to grab you, or they're like sucking you to hell.
Yeah.
Or there's like, what is the old movie with all the hands on the walls?
Oh, I don't.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, where like the
There's
hands
one
are
that's
coming
funny.
through the walls.
There's one that's kind of funny, but it's creepy, and they're trying to catch you as you're like falling down
Okay,
something.
yeah.
That shit does really creep me out. I don't like the idea of just hands coming out.
Well, no, it wasn't just hands. It's like these black figures, like human-esque figures, but they're like moving weird and like have these weird hands that are just moving.
Hands.
I say that they're movie hands, but they're like doing this weird thing with their fingers, man, and their fingers look weird, like little spirals coming out. It's weird.
Oh.
But she starts losing time, and the whole movie, they're like the shop keeps getting phone calls off camera. But so like every time that you're like zooming in on her, like while she's in the shop, you can hear the phone ring, and then her coworker will pick it up and say hello, like someone's called and not spoken.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's her every time she's jumping, because she does move throughout time. Because the first time you see her in the psychiatric hospital, she goes in to talk to her.
That's why she thinks she's her grandmother, because she is.
She ends up being her grandmother, because she's like, I have my grandmother's dress, and it's the dress that she's wearing in these pictures.
But she's
her.
just not that old yet.
She's not that
she
old.
has the pictures.
Yeah, and she hasn't been put back in time yet.
Okay, so time travel, like forced time travel from
Dude,
aliens.
I think you guys should watch it. I think you'd still enjoy it.
Okay.
Like, even though I'm
There's
telling
a
you
lot
this
to
stuff,
figure out still, like
dude,
by the end.
Yeah, man. Like you basically like you kind of put it together. Like as soon as things start happening, it's like, okay, maybe she's moving through time, maybe it's aliens, or maybe she's crazy.
Yeah.
But like it's just everything kind of culminating together, because like you could still read it either way at the end.
Does it? Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Does it seal it up completely?
Well, she lays down in the grass dressed as her grandma and
So
floats into the sky.
So it kind of seals it up, but you could look at it a couple different ways.
Yeah, you could see it as, you know.
I don't like when it's a complete cliffhanger, is what I'm saying. You
Okay.
know, I don't like the ones that just leave you, what the fuck did I just see for 2 hours?
Right.
Like, I almost don't, I need at least like, I need an feeling.
Yeah.
Not a, wait, what? Is that the end?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that feeling. Because then you just, I think for an hour after that, it's like, wait, it could have been this, it could have been this. It's like they copped out and didn't just fucking write an ending.
Right, they could have just told you.
Yeah, pick something.
Why didn't you just tell me?
Leave it up to me. I get the whole mystery aspect, but
Or like you take this art and interpret it as what you want.
or when they have a full summary at the end,
Yeah.
and then they'll come in the last minute and go and look like, really, and then you're like, wait, what was that look?
Yeah, what was that
You're
for?
ending that. So now you're saying everything that you just summed up was a lie,
You
and it was the other
fucking
way.
assholes.
And then they leave you on edge of like wondering, wait, what was that? That ending alluded to that everything they summed up was a lie.
Yeah.
And so what the fuck? I hate
Right.
that shit.
Yeah, that's bogus.
Do not like
But
that.
I
that
say I
cop-out.
suggest watching Horse Girl.
Okay.
Hell, put it on when I leave.
I like it. Sounds good.
But yeah, it's on Netflix. You should watch that. Everybody should watch it. I love a good like alien
Yeah.
/ cerebral fucking. I like
Thriller.
movies about people that think they're crazy.
Yeah.
And she's okay. So when she's in the psychiatric hospital, she wakes up. So she has this, because like her dreams, she starts having these lucid, like the dreams, like of her like being in this white space, are also her like, dude, it's so weird. It's just such a fucking weird movie. You just gotta watch it.
Yeah. I like alien stuff like that.
Yeah, so like her dreams
It doesn't
start
seem cheap.
seeping into reality. It's not cheesy at all. It's not cheap. It's like it's very well done. They do it really well. The girl, remember Xanthippe from
Yeah.
Kimmy Schmidt? She's one of the girls. She's the other girl that she sees in the white space.
Okay.
So she wakes up next to her in her psychiatric hospital, and she like the girl kind of freaks out and is like, "Why were you in my bed?" Because they're like sleeping, holding hands. And so she like
Is
gets
that
up.
her and her. Who does it end up saying who they are?
Well, she's
Is that
like,
pertinent to the story? Or?
well, she's sitting across from her, and the Allison Bree's like, "Well, how did you get here?" And she's like, "I don't want to say." And she's like, "Well, tell me." She's like, "Okay, well, fucking fine." She's like, "I fell asleep in 1995 and woke up here. Everything's different, and I don't know where anybody I know is." So this girl is from 1995, and it's the girl that Allison Brie has been seeing in the white space. So she already knew her before she met her in the psychiatric hospital.
Yeah.
So she tells her this, and she's like the white space, the room with the ramp, and she's like, "How do you know about the ramp?" So like they kind of like justify each other.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it.
Well, there's like a point where she like walks past herself, like from the very beginning of the movie. Because at the very beginning of the movie, so Molly Shannon, you remember Molly Shannon from SNL? She's her friend that works in the shop with her. So like,
Superstar.
Superstar. So she's like, while Allison Brie's cutting a piece of fabric, Molly Shannon looks up and sees the back end of a horse walking by the front of the shop while Allison Brie is in the shop working. So this is the very beginning of the movie. But at the very end of the movie, Allison Brie is walking through the city with the horse that she's just stolen back. And like that's the moment from the beginning of the movie. Like her walking past the shop is when Molly Shannon sees her walk, like the horse walk by. So
that sounds cool.
It's
summed up.
It's awesome and trippy, and I think everybody should watch it.
Like it.
Davvy Ebert gives it fucking 3 thumbs up.
Somehow we ended up talking about all the things we were supposed to be talking about.
Hell yeah, dude!
I didn't think we'd actually ever get to them.
No, we did it. We pushed on through.
Yeah.
We're real podcasters now.
Yeah.
On our 67th
Bullshit
episode.
Through the mistakes, and then you're good.
Yeah, bro. You want to call it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we love you guys. Get at us on the socials and do all the good stuff. We'll be back next week.
Yes. Goodbye.